Let me get my microphone on. Make sure my mic is working. Can you guys hear me? Hey, you guys know the usual. Drop a 7 in the chat if you guys can hear me right now. If you guys can hear me, please drop a 7 in the chat so I know that everybody can hear me just fine. Pardon me. So just drop a 7 in the chat if you guys can hear me, then we can proceed. Okay, perfect. There we go. So firstly, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to everybody first of all. What's up? Thank you guys for taking your time off your day to be here for, of course, our Sunday trading service. There we go. All right, bet. So everyone can hear me. That's fine. All right. Just pass. There you go. All right, so I kind of want to wait for everybody to kind of just join up just a little bit. So maybe let's give it like another few minutes. Maybe just give it like another 5 minutes per se. Let's give it like another 5 minutes, kind of let everybody just join in. But while we're letting everybody join in, I kind of want to talk about Sunday trading service as a whole. So this is, of course, our second actual stream that we'll be doing. The last time we had a stream like this was, of course, a week ago on Sunday because it's our Sunday trading service. And we're going to continue to keep on doing this every single Sunday. And of course, I'll update everybody if ever there's a change in date or anything. But we're keeping it every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Dubai time, because I know that a lot of you guys, you want to get that insight live. You don't want anything pre-recorded. You don't want, after everything has happened after the fact. That's not what you're really looking for and trying to get. So it's only fair and it only makes sense that you get everything, live every single Sunday for free in a place that, you can ask questions as we go about. I'll be answering everybody's questions as well. So feel free to ask me any questions. I think let's wait another 2.5 minutes for everybody to join. But while we're waiting, you guys shoot any questions? Let me answer it. Let's chat a little bit. I want to answer some of your questions. Just shoot up before we get into any of the charts, and then of course we can do some stuff. There's something I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking on camera because they don't pay me to show them on camera. Okay, they don't pay me, so I'm not about to show that on camera. I'm not that big. I'm not that famous, but you better run me that check. There we go. So you guys just shoot any of your questions that you have, something you want to know. All right, there we go. First question. So I have no trading experience. Is this the best place to start learning from you? Yeah, this is one of the best places to start learning from me because a couple of things. Let me start off by saying I will be doing this every single Sunday. So every single Sunday, you'll have this, be able to talk with me live and we're able to kind of break things down together. But also on my YouTube page, I do have a lot of content. I've also become a lot more consistent on my YouTube channel in terms of dropping content. And then, of course, if you need any in-depth work, so if you want in-depth work and you want me to sort of hold your hand, that is going to be for my academy. But my academy is only launched once every couple of months because I need to focus on the students that are already in the academy. So there's 3 different ways, of course, you can learn from me, but I'm right over here. YouTube is the best place with me. And of course, my academy is the best place you'll find me. And my Telegram channel as well. I don't know if I put my link in any link in my description, but I will after, of course, the live is over. Next question. How many years did it take you to become profitable? This is like a question I get all the time. It was about a year, a little over a year as well. The reason for this is that I think I explained it in my story as well. I had nothing else to do besides trading, right? I had nothing else going on for me. When I say nothing else going on for me, people think like, oh, maybe you did have, no. I had nothing else going on for me. So trading was definitely all I did and all I believed in and all I focused on, you understand? So I had something a lot of people who have a life don't have, and that's time. I had time. When you're broke, you just have all the time in the world. You know what I mean? So, it was about a little over a year that it did take me to become profitable. And when I say profitable, I mean actually making money consistently in the markets, not without fault. So it didn't take me a year to become a professional trader. No, that's 2 different things. It took me a year to become profitable, to actually start seeing gains in what I'm doing. But I was still making a lot of stupid mistakes, And I even ended up laying an account even after the fact. So, yeah. Let's get to the next question as well. I won't be reading them in order. I'm just going to be randomly picking. Why were the markets so bad last week? So that's what we're also going to discuss, but I think we can already start right here. Let's kind of look at what happened in the markets last week. So last week, and the week prior, we did have a major sell-off, right? Everybody was worrying about a major global recession in the markets. They were fearing that the U.S. economy was going to fail, right? That's what happened, and that's what already caused that major sell-off. So let's start with that one already. That's what caused that major sell-off. That's why the market was not respecting anything, no support zones, nothing. It just kept plummeting until, of course, we ended up starting to buy the dip. When the market started to build a bit more structure, when investors started to say, the panic kind of subsided just a little bit. And when I share my screen with you and we start to go into a bit of chart work, you're going to kind of see what I'm talking about. And actually, let me just prep this for our actual chart work right now. I want to prep this for our chart work. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. So the markets really were kind of bad last week. And this is primarily because, of course, the major sell-off. And then investors started to buy back the dip, right? Everyone was buying the dip and confidence started to come back. So when you have all these orders being placed at the same time and you have confidence start to kind of resurface itself in the market, don't expect it to operate on normal terms. Expect major, drastic, irrational movements in a sense. So as you see, when we started pumping, we just pumped, and pumped. Okay, so I think we kind of let everybody in, but we've already started the live stream. So we're starting at the end. I'm already answering questions because I do want to know what's kind of like in your head as well. How long is it going to take me to become profitable? That's all up to you. Okay, that's definitely going to be all up to you. So let me explain what I mean by that. There is no set time where every trade is going to become profitable because every trader has their own journey and you kind of go your own ways. You know what I mean? The reason, if you're somebody who's already been trading, you're not profitable, but you have the basics down and you come to me and we go on one-on-one, me and you, and I teach you and I guide you and I show you not to make the same mistakes that I made, and you're actually putting in the work, right? You could start to see things change for yourself, start to become profitable. But that is not to say that it's always a given or a guarantee. I've had many students. I've had students who passed and graduated and done amazing things and are profitable and working for themselves and trading for themselves. But then also students who are not so good and not necessarily trading for themselves. Now, the disconnect always comes with when you want to become a profitable trader. What are you willing to do? Are you looking at this as a side job, or are you looking at this as something that's going to replace your 9 to 5, something you're going to actually dedicate your time to? So if you're going to dedicate your time to, and I mean ungodly amounts of hours into trading, and you become obsessed with it, and you learn and you listen and you practice and you put in those hours, you could definitely see success a lot sooner. Now, to say you're going to see it in a week, I can't tell you that. To say you're going to see it in 2 months, I can't tell you that, right? But I can definitely tell you that after a year of doing something like that, if you're not making any profit, if you're not becoming profitable after a year of doing everything I just said, then there's clearly a disconnect somewhere. Now, next question. Let's go for a few. I just want to pick random questions. Okay. When will you open the new and exclusive trading club? I'd like to join. All right. Mark Troublefield. I actually remember you, man. You were part of SE Elite a long time ago as well. I actually remember you on Telegram. Mark Troublefield, unless it's another Mark Troublefield, but I think I remember you, brother. I think I do. I will keep everybody posted on that. Just keep an eye out on my Instagram and on my Telegram. I don't want to say anything. Just keep your eyes out. I will definitely keep everybody posted on it. So just make sure you're in the Telegram. It's a free channel, by the way, guys. It's a free channel. Make sure you're in the Telegram. Make sure you're on the Instagram. I will definitely keep you updated as soon as everything is ready. All right. So what's the best advice you can give someone that is semi-profitable? So what is the best advice I can give you? If you feel like you're making a bit of money, but then you're losing money, but you're making a bit of money and you're losing a bit of money, this is what I can definitely tell you. You need to understand why you're making money. So you need to look at, okay, so if you're semi-profitable, why are you making money? What are you doing right in those moments that you're actually profitable? That's where we need to start. Like, what are you doing right in those moments you're actually profitable? If you can clearly define that, that is step number one, and that is 50% of the work. No, that is about 40% of the work done. The other 40% of the work to bring it to 80% is understanding why you're not profitable sometimes. That's absolutely important. You need to also decide why you're not profitable sometimes, why you're losing money. And then if you can also clearly define that, that's 80% of the work done. And then the 20% is, now that you've understood everything, how can you make it work so that you're ultimately more profitable than you are, unprofitable. So another question. I'm gonna highlight this because some people have been giving me so much hate, and I'm getting so much love right now. Listen, E-Man, my brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Just proud of you, dude. I've been following you for a while, and I'm proud of what you achieved. I genuinely appreciate you, and thank you for that comment. It really does mean a lot because I feel like when you're someone on social media, we tend to highlight a lot of the negativity and not the positivity. This means a lot, and I thank you and I appreciate this comment. And I don't know anything about you yourself, but I hope that you're winning in life, and I hope that if you have any goals, especially trading related or just business related, I can at least assist you in some type of way. So I appreciate you. Thank you for that. All right. So yeah, it's me. Had to take some time away. I get it, man. I get it. Sometimes it's really like that in the markets. So how do you determine your targets? I think I'm going to cover that for you when we get to the chart work, because the chart work, guys, is not going to be insanely long. We're going to discuss a trade that I took. I only took 2 trades last week, but we're going to discuss the one that I did take, which is absolutely insane. We're going to discuss that trade, and we're going to discuss what we see the market's doing. That's not going to be too long. So I do want to answer a lot more questions so that I can give you guys the best possible insight that I can. So make sure, ask your questions, whatever it is, just ask your questions. But while gaming, now I'm 16. Is this the right age to start trading? So let me tell you something, because we are on a public platform and we're on YouTube. You have to be 18 to open a brokerage account and start trading. You have to be 18 years old, right? That's what I have to say legally. And then on the other hand, nobody's stopping you from learning, right? Doesn't mean you can't read a book or two. Doesn't mean you can't watch YouTube or two. That's what I'm going to say. The fact that you're starting this at 16, I'm a little bit jealous, because I did start around 18, right? I did start around 18. If I had 2 extra years on me, god damn, you know where I'd be right now? 16. There's no time that's too early for you to start thinking about the things you want to accomplish in life. Okay, there's a lot of things you want to accomplish in life. There's no better time to start. There's no time that's too early or too late, as a matter of fact. The earlier the better, though. So the fact that you're already focusing and you want to do something for your life, you're going to be very far. But also, one thing I do want to say, as somebody who's now actively profitable in the market and I'm making money and I'm still young, don't forget to have fun, guys, especially if you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, whatever. Don't forget to have fun, because the hours that we're going to put into the markets and the chart are grueling. They're absolutely insane. Do not forget to have fun. You need to make sure you have fun while you're working. Work way more, but don't forget to have fun. All right, we have a bunch of questions here as well. I like this. So I think we can still answer questions for another 7 minutes. And then I think at the 20-minute mark of the live stream, we can get into the charts. I think 7 more minutes of questions. I got you guys. So I just want to scroll through the questions. All right, so David Paul. All right, where do you look for the news that might affect the market, not only on Forex Factory? So I do, of course, have multiple sources that I'll go to. I need to, of course, stay up to date with CNBC, the news. I need to stay up to date with FedWatch, so also FedWatch as well. I need to stay up to date with kind of everything. I do have a news site that I use as well, the Barron's. This is just to keep me up. It's called The Baron. It's called The Baron. This is just to keep me updated with stocks that are being released, stocks, major companies, major moves. I need to understand all these things, especially someone who trades stocks. You know what I mean? I need to keep myself updated as to know what is happening. So not just Forex Factory. Forex Factory, I use Forex Factory to let me know when the data comes out, or when there's something important coming out. But to say that's where I'm going to get all my information as to like when I'm going to take about why I'm going to make a certain decision in the market, what is this or what is that? It's not going to be Forex Factory. Forex Factory is just going to tell you, okay, we have news on this day, and this is why people would buy this particular pair if news is positive or negative, why would sell it, this is why it's important. So here's the data is released. It's not enough to go off of. You need to be able to understand what might happen in the future. You need to be able to understand these things. So I do have a bunch of different news sources that I use. And also, I do want to break that just on this question as well. When it comes to trading, I do want to make something very clear when it comes to trading. I know on social media, on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, it looks like it's easy. It looks like, I'm spending 2 hours or an hour a day in the markets, and then I'm out and it's super chilled. I go about my life. I think that is something that is, what can I say, okay for like someone who's doing the bare minimum or baseline. For me, it's really different. I spend hours. I always have my phone open. I need to know what's happening in the stock market. I need to know what the big players are doing. I need to know what is being presented. I need to understand what people's fears are. So I always stay up to date. I'm always around, keeping my mind orientated. I'm always looking at the next thing. I need to understand, okay, the major companies that are on the NASDAQ, the major push and pull factors of the NASDAQ. If Apple is getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars, or they have a shit phone coming out, I need to understand that that's going to have an effect on the NASDAQ. I need to understand these things, but I always need to be ahead of the game. I need to know why it's going to affect this, or I need to know which players are doing positive or negative. You understand that it's what I'm trying to get at with this explanation is that when it comes to trading, I'm never going to sell you guys a lie. It's not a get rich quick kind of scheme. It's nothing that you're going to be, 30 minutes, I made $100,000. I've made $100,000 in 30 minutes. But let me tell you what led up to that. Bro, I had to analyze the markets for hours beforehand. I had to understand what was happening with the particular stocks I was trading, right? I had to understand that. I had kept up to date with the news month prior. I didn't know that major move was going to happen at that moment, but because I understood that things were positive overall for the stocks I'm trading, and my technical analysis kind of matched out, and I was able to find clear targets, I was able to make $100,000 in 30 minutes. Now, of course, I'm going to record that part. I'm excited. I'm losing my mind. $100,000 in 30 minutes. Guys, $100,000 in 30 minutes. I never want you to get the perception that, that was 30 minutes. You can get to that point. You will get to that point if you put in the work and the time and the effort. You can definitely get to that point. But I want to let you know it's not, don't look at trading as something that's easy. If there's somebody who's telling you this shit is easy, run for the hills. It's not easy, but I will tell you something. When you prepare yourself, when you get the right amount of knowledge, you're going to be wearing Richard Milles. You're going to be driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris. You're going to be staying in beautiful homes, doing whatever you want to do, investing in other businesses. That's what it will do for you. So I'm sorry that I rambled on just a little bit. I just always want to cut that stupid stereotype that a lot of people are selling. You know what I mean? That's not what it is. Trading is absolutely amazing, man. Sorry. So let me go through a couple of your questions. Thanks for your time, knowledge. Say time is priceless and giving us something priceless. Appreciate you. We love you, man. You're a legend. I appreciate you, Paul. Appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate you. I just want to go to a couple of questions. I'm her. What is popcorn turquoise riding headphones? Popcorn yellow stripes. What's going on in the comment section? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. Let me go through a few more questions. I think we have one more minute, then we're going to get into the charts. Yeah. X amount of dollars in. Okay, so can we put a certain amount of dollars in a fund for me that I can put? So basically, Chris, just please just of course text in the comment section. Are you asking if I would do like an investment plan? Is that what you're asking? I just want to make sure that we're clear. Is it an investment plan that you're asking? I'm going to give it like a few seconds because I know that it takes a little while for the comments to reflect. But are you asking if I would do an investment plan? Is that the question? Okay. So investment plans, no, are a big no-no on my end. I don't believe in trading for anyone else. I don't believe in taking your money and trading. I don't believe that's even beneficial to anybody that's a trader, because you need to know and learn the skill for yourself. That's why I would rather open an academy where I'm going to teach you hands-on how to do what I do. rather than just take your money and trade for you, because that's also not beneficial, because it's just, and also investment plans, I personally have never met someone, nor have I spoken with someone who's ever actually been legit at investment plans. Like, if it was as simple as you giving me $1,000 and then I, just flip it for you, is different. But if you're doing hedge funds, that's a lot different, right? That becomes a lot different. You know what I mean? Also, when it comes to trading for other people, the risk is insane. The risk to handle other people's money directly, that's insane, man. I don't need that kind of pressure. Handling my own funds is a lot simpler. It's a lot easier. So no, I don't do investment plans, but I can definitely teach you to do what I do and help you become profitable. That is definitely something I can do, because at the end of the day, I feel like I've cracked the code. It's been a couple of years now, and I have just not let up. I've only gotten better at what I do. So I can definitely teach you to do what I do. And you say, sounds good. Thanks for answering my question. Can't wait to join your academy. Yeah. When the academy opens up again, of course, we still have students. And I think one of them is here as well. Where is she? Silvana, where are you? I know you're definitely here as well. But we're still busy. We want to teach everybody. We want to make sure everything's good. So when that opens again, of course, I'll update you. And sorry, 1 second. And of course, I'm sure you guys have heard about the trading club. The trading club is going to be opening soon. Keep an eye out, guys. Please keep an eye out on my Instagram and my Telegram. I will update you guys when the trading club is open. It's going to be something where I'm going to be sharing my trades, my breakdowns, all this. It's so interactive. We're going to have full support from a full team, where it's not just signals. I'm actually showing you my trades. I'm breaking down why I'm taking my trades, why I didn't take my trades, why we won and why we lost. And then I'm giving daily breakdowns, trade ideas, and closed live chats as well. So best believe, look out for that one. That one's going to be a lot, very insane. All right. So the last question for now, and then we're going to hop into the charts. We're going to hop into US30 primarily, and we're going to play in US30. I want to give you guys kind of an overview of what I see happening, and hopefully you'll be able to make some money off of that. So what advice would you give someone whose family doesn't believe in trading or making money online? Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. And it doesn't mean that your family hates you or they don't love you. It probably just means they don't understand what you're doing, right? And I'm sure if you're saying family, it's probably you mean your parents, your mom, and your dad. So that usually means, of course, that's going to be, they're a lot old school, right? Making money online is very new school, right? Very, very new school. What advice I can give you is understand that when you're grinding and you're going towards something, you're going to make a lot of enemies. I'm not saying your family are enemies, but a lot of people are going to doubt what you do and doubt what you're trying to accomplish. And it could be people as close to you as your mom, your dad, your friends, your loved one even. It's all about focus. It's all about focus. It's all about grind. And make sure you keep that focus. So it doesn't matter what anyone's telling you. There's going to be a lot of noise. There's going to be a lot of noise from everybody. As long as you keep your focus and prove them wrong, they're going to start to appreciate you. Everybody is considered insane until you accomplish something. And then you're what? A genius. You know what I mean? I need a Mamani in my life too. Yeah, go look for Mamani. I think actually my wife, Imani, well, Mamani as everybody knows her. I think she needs to start doing live streams, okay, on where I found her. And then she got to start giving some lessons. All right, wait to find Mamani's, because everybody keeps saying the same thing. Everyone keeps saying the same thing. And I'm like, hey, yo, I was just minding my own business, right? And we happen to stumble across each other. Something like that. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm glad I could answer a lot of your questions. I want us to hop into the charts, get to a bit of chart work, and then when we're done with the chart work, I will answer some of your questions again, and then we can call it a day. All right. Where am I? There we go. Just give me a second. No, sharing my screen, it always gets a little awkward. You know what I mean? Sharing your screen is a little awkward because it's this whole process. I kind of got to be waiting up and just waiting a little bit. All right, but tell me something first before we even continue. I want to make sure, can you guys see my screen clearly? I tried to make my background black. I tried to make my lines very thick so everybody can see them. Can you guys see them clearly? Let me know if you guys can see it clearly so that we can just move on and just get everything started well. Yep, okay, awesome. Pardon me, guys. It's my throat's been just a little irritated, man. I think I'm getting sick or something. Okay, bet. All right. Okay, I'm glad everybody can kind of see it. All right. So let's look at a couple of things. So I do want to break down a couple of things. Also to address some of the questions that I did see earlier, where you were asking me about how I identify my targets and everything like that. So I do want to show you kind of what we're looking at. So what we're going to do is want to just pull out the chart. Don't worry about seeing everything too clearly. We just want an overview of kind of what's happening in the markets right now. So I think we can kind of see that the first major sell-off kind of started. No. I want to get a much clearer version. Let's go to the H4. All right, bet. So we can see that the first major sell-off kind of started around the 18th of July when we first started seeing that sell-off happen. And I think over here was caused by Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett started to sell a lot of his shares. If you guys were following that story as well, he just started selling a lot of his shares. I don't know how much he sold, but he ended up having, I think it was liquid. I think he had made about what, $100 billion from all the shares that he sold. I think I want to go over that story again. Do not quote me on that. I will, of course, get that information for you. So this is around the time that the sell-off started to happen. So he predicted what was going to happen in the markets beforehand, right? And then around this time, 1st August is kind of where we had, the major sell-off, right? Where we're just worrying. We had that bad NFP data that came out as well. So around this time, this is where we had a major sell-off in the markets. Price had just absolutely plummeted. We lost, I think it was about almost 3,000 points. We had our worst day since COVID. Let me just get my thing out. There we go. We had our worst day since COVID, right? We shed about 2,800 points. We shed about 2,800 points. It was a single day, I believe. I think it was a single day of trading that we shed about 2,800 points, which is absolutely insane, right? That was absolutely mad. So what happened in the markets in terms of why you guys want to know why it was so bad last week is for the same reason that we had that major sell-off. Same reason is you kind of saw price just melted, absolutely melted, not even respecting any of the particular zones, not respecting any support. Price absolutely melted. It just fell through everything. When you thought it was buying back, everybody thought at this point it was going to buy back because we had some resistance at that area. You thought it was going to buy back, price just kept falling and kept falling. So the reason price was bad last week as well is because the exact opposite was happening. People are buying back the dip, right? You have people buying back the dip. So you have investors trying to regain a lot more confidence. Remember, the fact that we had fears of recession, not recession, but fears of recession, right? So there was no, of course, it wasn't a recession that the U.S. economy is in, but fears that the recession is going to start. So what you see right now is kind of the fear being offset, right? It's kind of what you're seeing right now is faith and investor confidence coming back. Because if you were just buying the dip, we would have probably bought it to around the 40,100 mark, and then probably started to continue with the sell-off. But the fact that we had a major pip gain since the dip, which was about 2,100 points. I don't know if you can probably see it, but it's kind of small. But we had about 2,100 points in terms of points gained since the dip was bought. So that expresses what? Investor confidence is starting to come back. However, we do have more news, taking place this coming week. I think on the 23rd of August, we do have Fed speaking again. Just give me a second. Yes, we do have a speech on the 23rd of August as well, which is going to be very pivotal as to what we're going to look, what we're going to basically be doing. Are we going to continue along? Are we going to chase those all-time highs? Or are we just going to continue to go bearish on everything? So there's a couple of things I want us to take note of with US 30 at this particular point in time. So please do note that just because we are discussing US 30, the same mindset is going to apply to anything US based, right? So to NASDAQ, the same mindset is going to be applied. We know what's happening in the markets overall. We know that investor confidence is coming back, but it's important that we, you kind of just focus on it as well. You kind of just understand that, okay, if investor confidence is coming back, then it's safe to say that they're buying these shares back, right? On US 30, on NASDAQ, they're buying a lot of these shares back. So that's something that you need to also take into consideration, that don't just look at it for the one chart. You need to understand everything as a whole. And also, I see someone said something interesting for you. Continue crypto lefty. I'm going to wait for resistance at the 40,847. So 40,847. I think our price point's a little different, but I think this is around the region you're kind of waiting for as well. So I kind of want to cover what I predict happening this coming week as well. So let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's drop the time frame. Rather, I'm going to drop the time frame so to give you guys like kind of a more in-depth view. So one thing we can definitely see that took place last week was we had that major pump on price. We had price pump majorly, and I think I did speak about this in the last STS. So if you guys didn't see the last Sunday trading service, go and watch that video. I did speak about kind of trading price when we're having a strong move in one direction. We had price majorly pump up. It came, it created resistance, and it came and created support. So it created structure after a major pump. Give me a water, just a moment, just want to get my water. So we kind of had price buying and created its own form of structure, created nice structure while we're still not, we still got that bullish movement, right? We still got that bullish movement to the top end, created its structure. What has price done before the market closed? It broke that structure. Give me a second. Sorry, I see someone asking a question. I'm a question, please. I got time. You know the shit, but I'm still playing small accounts of what do you do to raise? Okay, sorry. I just read I see someone said a quick question, please. Okay, so it's not yet pertaining to what we're doing right now. I will answer that at the end. But please, guys, feel free to ask any questions about what we're discussing right now. And then any other questions I'll answer at the end of the breakdown. So I do want to say, so what's happening currently with price? Price created its structure as we're buying back the dip. It's broken its structure and it has come to retest. I think what we have clearly seen take place right now is structure formed, resistance, support, price broke structure, came back even on the higher time frame and retested its structure. So what we can definitely look forward to this coming week is possibly more bullish momentum, right? Because we do have clear targets at the top end. What do we have clear at the top end? We have a clear trend line that I did draw up with this representing this red line over here. We have clear areas of support, resistance at the top end as well. And we have space to play in, right? We do have a bit of space. We do have a range that we kind of want to trade as well. So I think this range is about 300 points. I mean, until the very top of the trend line, it's about a 300-point range. That is pretty good profits if you want to do take a couple of day trades in that particular region. So what I'm definitely looking to do probably at market open is buy, but what I'm gonna wait for initially, right? There's a couple of things I'm gonna wait for first that we need to take into consideration. It's gonna be a Monday, right? High trading volume on a Monday because the weekend's open. Everyone wants to put in their orders. A lot of news happened over the weekend, so you got investors trying to put in a lot of their orders. So it is a Monday. Monday is known as trap days, right? So what we're gonna look forward to at this particular point in time is, where does the market open? If we open, say, bullish, we open bullish, leaving a quick gap, chances are we could come back to close that gap before continuing to the top end. As long as we retest this previous structure that we did create. We broke the structure, but we created it nonetheless. As long as we, still come back and still play within that structure, that's fine. If price opens bearish, as long as it opens within this particular range on our support now, previous resistance now support, as long as price opens within this particular range, that's still fine for us, right? We wanted to, then our gap, of course, will be above. Then we definitely want to take our buy positions to the top end. Now we're going to use our trend line over here as our target, as our final target. So we do want to make about 300 points from this particular trade. What we should, though, look out for this coming week is this. We could have price open and we could have a major sweep to the bottom end. We could have a lot of volatility that could see us take out a lot of SLs in this region, because I think it's safe to say that when we enter our trade, we're going to place a lot of our SLs here. So what you can always usually do if you want to enter these kinds of trades a lot safer is, as you can clearly see with the retest, we have created structure as well. So if you want to enter this trade and get that bullish if you want to enter this trade and just, express a lot more safety to be safe with this kind of trade, what you definitely want to do is this. You want to then wait maybe for price to close above the most immediate structure it's created. So we've looked at the H1. We have confirmation on the H1, right? We have confirmation fully on the H1. It's retested the area on the H1. And now we have, a smaller structure created on the M15. So if you want to avoid the potential sweep of contracts at the bottom end, what you can definitely do is wait to, of course, wait for that break and close and then ride the momentum to the top end. Or if you're a lot confident in the trade and you start to see a bit more momentum at market open, if we're still playing within this range, we can definitely open up. But we probably have to keep our SL a little bit lower than expected. But we need, of course, to make sure that the risk to reward balances out. We need to make sure that you're not trying to keep your SL around 110 points down, only trying to make 300 points. I mean, that's fine. That's a 1 to 3. That's still a pretty good trade. But you don't want it to be like, sacrificing 150 points to try and make 300 points. Then that's like a 1 to 2. Still a good trade, but I wouldn't take a 1 to 2 trade when I can take a 1 to 3, a 1 to 4, or 1 to 5. So I hope everybody's following so far. Let me know if you guys are following while I look at the comment section for some questions. So buys at market open because the retest already happened. I would definitely probably jump into buys at market open, but the problem is, like I did say, is that I need to wait for a little bit more confirmation. We need to see where price is going to open. Where's that initial gap created? Because usually the gap at market open is always usually closed that same day, right? That's usually what happens. So what we definitely want to do is we want to wait a little bit. We want to see what's kind of happening. And when we do enter the trade, because we want to get the best possible entry, you want to make sure that where you place your SL, you kind of keep it out of that sweep range. You never want to be taken out too early. However, the opposite could happen, and we will talk about that in a minute. Okay. So I'm trading NASDAQ right now to answer your question. This is not NASDAQ. Sorry, this is US 30. This is US 30 right now. The Dow Jones, that's US 30. I think you can see the top left of my screen. It's US 30, and I'm currently on TradingView. So so you said you're a complete newbie at trading as a whole. Okay, so Chris, definitely send me a message or drop your send me a message rather. I'll get in touch with you as well if you're completely new to this. But this is of course this is US 30, and we're using TradingView right now. Ryan, I see you answered him. Thanks for answering that. Appreciate it. Okay, you already answered. My bad. All right, awesome. What time frame are you entering on? So ultimately, it's like I said, if you want a little bit more safety with this kind of trade and say it still remains bullish in our favor, but you're worried about that sweep, you can enter on the M15, waiting for the M15 to break its structure, right? That immediate structure is created. However, looking at the H1, there is already confirmation to continue with the trend. So the H1, as everything stands at this particular point in time, if this was the New York session that we were looking at, I don't think I put your question on the screen. If this was the New York session right now, London or New York for me right now, I was definitely hopping in on this trade. I was definitely going bullish with this trade to the top end. Of course, my last take profit, I mean, when it comes to take profit, I'm going to be pushing my take profit higher and higher if there's clear targets at the top end. And then, of course, trading my positions as well. But confirmations already happened on the H1. But if you want that safety and you're worried about being swept out and you just want to get in on momentum, because I notice a lot of traders like to do that, we're going to kind of wait for that break, but on the lower on the M15, because its structure is a lot more clear to see. So do I place trades along trend lines or wherever I see opportunity? So with this particular point in time, remember, it's not just going off the technical analysis. I'm being backed by fundamentals, right, as well. When I'm looking at a trade, it's not just, it's going to be about what type of opportunities there, but it's also about a lot beforehand. We know why we're being bullish. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. We know why we're being bullish, particularly right now in the market. We know why we're being bullish. We have clear targets at the top end that price probably wants to meet. But we know that when this bull run can end is probably when, with Fed's speech, we could definitely see him kind of change everything as well. So with trend lines, it depends on the opportunity. It just always depends on the opportunity. Okay, so just for conclusion off this particular US30 trade, it's already indicating to me that we could be bullish, continue with the bullish momentum. But of course, I'm going to wait to kind of see what market open is and what the price is doing. But now let me, going back to that question, I believe somebody asked me that question earlier. They kind of asked, so where's your targets? How do you find your targets? So you see I had this drafted up first target as well. So this is previous resistance at the top end. Price has shown that it does respect this area. You see how we came in that general region. Let me kind of draw that up for you. Price kind of came in this general region, as well. Then it broke it, right? It broke it, even though it kind of didn't necessarily retest that area. It came back to retest it later on, and then it broke it as well when it came back to the bottom end. But it's not to say that this area is no longer respected. The fact is, price has shown its nature to kind of play around that range. And that is psychological level. It's the 41,000 mark, right? So that would definitely be my first target as to where I would definitely want to take a lot of my profits as well. But it also could be a point of reversal. This could be a point where we could just have a pullback, but maybe price would come back to maybe, create its own structure before continuing to the top end. So I definitely would look to take profits in that region. However, the reason I look at these targets like this is that price could come back and just full on just reverse in that region. That's also definitely a possibility. You never know what's going to happen until it actually happens, right? And then another thing as well is that this trend line would be the ideal target because it's in line with the trend line. Overall, the market has been, it's been bearish since July 18th. Since July 18th, we've had lower highs right on the high time frame. The next time we had a high was August 1st, and then we had a major sell-off. Even though the most immediate trend is bullish, we could come and find ourselves because of maybe we could only come and hit this trend line during Fed's speech, and then that could see us sell off again, continuing the overall bearish trend of the market. That's not a given though, but that is my next target. I do see the market being pushed into that particular region. I do see it being pushed onto that trend line. Now, say we break the trend line, we have another clear range over here as well, and we have, of course, if we kind of take like a zoom, if we kind of zoom out on the market, we have the all-time high as our last target. If the news comes back, if the fundamentals come back very positive, if we're seeing a lot of investor confidence being restored in the stock market, if we see that coming back, what's going to happen? That's going to give us the ability to just continue going for the top end, to target those all-time highs, because we could come back for those all-time highs. And then once we hit that all-time high, as usual, buy low, sell high, we'd hit the all-time high and probably start to sell off a little bit before we continue to the top end. So that's how I'm currently looking at this particular market in this moment. I'm still looking at US30 as bullish at market open. Depending how I see the market opening, I'm definitely going to continue with the bullish momentum to the top end. I'm definitely going to be looking for buys. And I'm going to keep my TP. My final TP is probably going to be at the all-time high. That's just the truth. But I'm going to be using these target areas, previous resistance areas, previous areas where I see price consolidate at or reject at, this previous range the price has played in. I'm going to use these areas as moments to take some of my profits. And then if price retest those areas and starts to go in my favor, maybe as areas to restack some positions or re-enter some positions. So that's what I'm looking at overall on US30. And I kind of hope that I explained to everybody well. Kind of hope you guys understood what was happening. Just let me know so I can answer some of your questions and we can call it an evening. All right, let's take the main stage back. All right. So please shoot some of your questions and let me know. Okay, so of course, our sessions are usually going to be 30 minutes to an hour long. So if you want, guys, if you want like free analysis breakdowns where I go into depth and kind of let you know what I'm looking at, whether it's gold, US30, or whatever I send, just literally join the free private channel. You guys see every Monday I'm going to post up a breakdown or a trade idea of what I see happening. And then, of course, as I do the analysis, you guys will, of course, look at it and cross-reference to make sure it works for you as well. So don't even worry about that. So I definitely drop more value there. Like it's already an hour long. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. You guys probably have things you want to do as well. So I don't want to take up anybody too much time. But the trade ideas will definitely be in the free group. So don't even worry about that. Those paintings are fire. Thank you very much. As you guys can see, let me show you my paintings just a little bit. So over there we got work hard, play hard. Because let me tell you something. The amount of work you're about to put into trading is going to test you as a human being. So you need to make sure that you're playing just as hard as it's going to test you. Over there okay, I'm kind of inverted. What the hell? There we go. Over here we have a little art piece. I kind of just messed with the whole idea of it. That was pretty beautiful. It's just a beautiful art piece. And then my favorite picture, we have my GOAT right here. Cristiano Ronaldo is my GOAT. Okay, he's my GOAT. Right, he's my GOAT. His mindset, his mentality, and basically everything he's accomplished has been, part of the catalyst to who I am today. That's my GOAT. And we have Messi. Here we got Messi. Yeah. I know there's some Messi lovers in here as well. Now, but Messi as well, man, there's a lot to be admired from Messi as well. So my pictures do have a bit of meaning. I did want a little artsy play style with it as well. But Ronaldo and Messi, two of the most famous people on the planet, right? Their rivalry has been legendary. None of them would be as great as they are today if the other didn't exist in the same time. And I think that's just facts. Ronaldo wouldn't be who he is today without Messi, and Messi, same thing, because they just, they help each other grow. So for me, in the markets, I look at it that way. You know what I mean? I have something that challenges me every day and makes me a better person, something that is going to test me to the core. So I look at it that way and I just stay focused. And work hard, play hard. You need to play hard. You need to work hard and play harder. That's what you got to do. All right. So last thing. Just guys, a few more questions. Shoot a few more questions before we end the live stream. Just want to answer maybe 2 more questions as well. Oh my gosh, this is highlighting. There we go. Hi, I'm watching from Mozambique. Shout out from Dubai. Shout out. Sent you a message on IG. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Okay, awesome. I think we'll definitely get back to you as well. Don't even worry about that. Which time frame do you look for confirmations before you take trades? Overall, I want to make sure that the higher time frame is telling me what to do, for sure. Because the lower time frames, they're kind of just going to be like, what can I say, more for scalping. And if you're worried about, what can I say, like, if you're worried about fear of entry, if you're worried about getting in a trade too early and you're worried about, being stopped out or stop hunted, then you're going to use the lower time frames to kind of see what their structure is saying. If overall the major time frames are saying we're going bullish and the lower time frame is saying there's going to be some bearish play before we go bullish, then you're going to listen to the lower time frame to kind of use it for that momentum boost. But for me, I'm not afraid of drawdown, and I want everybody who's on this live right now, don't be afraid of drawdown. Drawdown is part of trading. Drawdown is the way it's part of trading. It's the same way when it comes to working a 9 to 5. You have to drive there or take your transport there, right? You got to get there. That's what drawdown is for trading. So never look at drawdown as a negative thing. It's just part of trading. So I'm never too worried. So I use the bigger time frames overall to make sure I get that confirmation. And then if I just want that extras, if I'm just worried that maybe there might be a strong push down, I kind of see if The lower time frames are telling me anything, but my decisions are made based on the higher time frames. So the 1 hour upward. So do I wait for London to open before I take a trade, or do I trade outside London and New York? So I don't like to trade outside of London and New York. The only time you will find me in a trade is when I'm holding a trade over. But my trades are taken during London and New York. So if I see that the entry that I want, or the momentum that I want, is going to happen at the London Open, I could take it like a few minutes beforehand. But my trades are taken during London and New York. It's the best time I find to trade most of the assets that I do trade. And the Asian Tokyo session, it's not, the Tokyo Sydney session is not, it's very, not much trading volume during that time. And I like to have a clearer goal as to what I want to do. I want to see that, okay, I want to retest here, I want to buy here, I want to sell here. That's basically what I look for. So guys, the last question, and I think we're done. All right. Mentor, what should I do before trading NFP? Like your kind of approach when trading the news. When it comes to trading NFP, you're not going to predict NFP. But it's important to either, if you can find opportunity before that, so clear opportunity. So not trading the NFP release off of a guess or just feeling like it'll go up a minute before. But if you're trading during the London session, you find opportunity and you're in profit, it's always good to kind of stay in it and let NFP kind of do its thing, or after the fact kind of trade. It's very complicated to give you the exact answer that you need. You know what I mean? That's why I say that for like the academy. I do teach that in the academy, because it's not simple to say, oh, don't do this or don't do that. It's very kind of in-depth, because it is news, it is data. You need to understand what's happening and what kind of approach can affect whatever it is you're trading. You know what I mean? Signals, signals, no signals. I'm kidding. I got a whole trading club opening up soon. So keep an eye out on my Instagram, keep an eye out on my YouTube, because the trading club is going to be opening soon. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's not just a place to get signals. We're going to talk about why we did it. You're going to get trade ideas. We're going to get full breakdowns, full assistance from not just me, but my team to be able to assist you. These live streams are closed off for the group specifically. Giveaways, challenges for the group specifically. And get this, it's nothing you're going to be paying. You're not going to pay $200 for it. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not even $200. It's way cheaper than that. So we made it way cheaper. I just want to let you guys know that as well. I wanted to bring something for you as well. Oh yes, a couple of things I didn't mention. We got trade reviews, we got live streams, we have our challenges, 24/5 support from my team, frequent trade breakdowns, frequent trade ideas from me. You get the signals as usual. So when I'm taking a trade, when I'm exiting a trade as well, and closed off giveaways on top of that, and a couple of things as well. But you'll see that when we launch that. Sorry guys, I'm dehydrated. Yeah, Dubai is hot. I got the AC on, but I'm dehydrating. Okay, and last one. How do I deal with revenge trading? When it comes to revenge trading, you have to have a trading plan in place. If I lose one trade and say my maximum loss for the day is about $18,000, only allowed to lose $18,000 off of one type of account that I'll be trading. So I'm only allowed to use about $18,000 on that account. If I lose $9,000 or $10,000, I still have $8,000 to play with for the day, and I can take the trade. But if I cap that, if I cap my limit on my trading plan, the only way you're going to beat revenge trading is by discipline. If you lost the trade and your plan says you can only lose this much, or you can only lose one trade today, get out the markets. It's only going to come from discipline. Because let me tell you something about revenge trading. I want you to know that moment that you are in the markets and you're losing your money and you're like, damn it, I want to get back in the markets, and you know you're going to be revenge trading. I want to let you know whatever money you have, you're about to cook it. You're about to lose your money completely. Rather calm down, go out, get a drink, play a game, play some Fortnite, whatever, do something else. Get out the markets if that's what's going to help you psychologically. But revenge trading is going to come to respecting your trading plan. But guys, that's it from me today. Yeah, I think we went a little over time. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the Sunday trading service. I am going to catch you guys again next week, Sunday at the exact same time. You guys know the vibes. And anything you guys need and you want help with and stuff, just join the free channel. That's going to be in the description down below. Oh, and one of my previous YouTube videos as well. I always keep my links available. Follow me on IG as well if you guys want to see what trading is doing for me. You know, if you want to see the little flex, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to see that as well, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. And keep an eye out because the trading club is going to be absolutely fucking insane. So I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you next time. So this is where it gets awkward because I said bye to you, but ending the stream is not a simple process. It's just clicking a button. So we're kind of just going to look at each other for a few seconds as I end the stream. Okay, there we go. End stream. Peace.